everybody, it's Chris, and of course I'm once again at the North Texas Comic Book Show, and I ran into Arthur here, Arthur Chow.
Hi, Chris.
And he's actually got some pretty cool devices here. Tell me about this.
Yeah, well, you're holding Iron Man Mark 42's right hand. That is actually a USB flash drive, so there's a little slide out retractable thing right there. The USB chip slides right out, plug it into your computer, the repulsor will light up. And the cool thing about this is that it's fully posable and fully articulated, so you can actually bend and move each finger joint, do your favorite hand pose, you know, like the peace sign, the OK sign, or probably guess
metal horns.
Yes, what everyone likes to do. But
Very
yeah,
cool.
It's a cool accessory. We make them in left and right hand, so you can get the whole set.
Oh, wow.
And then they also come in 8 and 16 gigabytes.
That's very nice, and of course that's Mark 42, one of my favorites. Now, I was also at your site here, and I also found an arc reactor.
Yeah.
I love this.
That's really cool. The arc reactor has a built-in battery, so it actually lights up by itself through an on-off switch. Like all the other products, they're made out of metal alloy, so it has a little weight to it. And yeah, some people like to wear it around their neck. You know, it'd be like a real arc, so light up every time you walk.
I think this would look kind of cool around my neck, actually. You know, I was also browsing your table, and you know, I have mobile devices that I need to, you know, charge or do things with, and I found this. You know, it's now, of course, you have your.
Yes, that is actually one of our newest products. It came out along with the Thor 2 movie, and that is actually a Thor 2 power bank, or like a battery pack portable charger. So what you could actually do is, you know, it's shaped like a Thor hammer. It has a little leather handle to it, but you turn it on, you know, it has multiple cool little LED lighting schemes, and when you actually hammer away.
Oh, really? It makes noise.
Yes, it makes a little Thor thunder sound.
That is really cool. So, you know, are there if they want to look at your product or see your product, do you have a website or
Yeah,
like to promote
definitely.
it?
Basically, these are designed and made in Taiwan through InfoThink, and then we partner with them to bring that product to the U.S. We're bringing it through AvengeTech. So if you'd like to see more, learn more about the product, you go to avengetech.com. So yeah, definitely. We'd love to bring more products like this. You know, we know there's a lot of Iron Man, Thor, Marvel fans. And these are really cool to have, just to carry around to show off.
I am really digging this. This is awesome. Bjorn, wow, man, I feel like a god.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Anywho, we're gonna toss it back and let the team take it. See where we go from there.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thanks.
One year I'm in San Diego, and I got there at the table very early, and I'm sitting at the table. I don't know what I was doing, and I noticed these two young kids come in, and they are walking around with, you know, these two kids were in heaven. You know, they're looking at all the things in just such awe, and they are just so amazed at everything, and they're looking around at the comic book covers and that sort of stuff, and they see me sitting at a table, so they come over, and they, you know, start talking to me, and I start, you know, answer questions and that sort of stuff, and they're going, wow, you're the boss man. He goes, and one guy says, and you're not nearly as, you know, as nasty as they make you look out to be on a comic strip. And as he says this, the kid next to him suddenly looks in this expression of horror and starts backing away from his friend. And I'm thinking, okay, what do you do here? How do you make these kids feel better? And I go, and right away I go, yeah, that lousy comic strip, they always make me look like a lunatic, but I'm not crazy. I don't understand what they're doing. I start pounding the table and doing a boss man tirade, you know, yelling at Rick Parker and all this other stuff. And the two kids just burst into laughter, and I thought, oh gosh.
So at least their terror was subsided.
But their terror was subsided by me doing a tirade.
Works for me. Your work, I mean, it's spanned years. You worked on Spider-Man, but you've also worked on two properties that are very precious to me, big fan of. You helped do some of the original G.I. Joe biographies on those characters, didn't you?
No. Larry Hama did the.
Well, he did the characters, but you had an involvement with the.
Yeah, I helped develop the series with Larry. But Larry Hama did all the hard work.
Right.
You know, I just got to sit back and go, really? Oh, all right, well, maybe this should be a little bit tougher here. That sort of stuff. I got to sit back and be the editor and
Once again, being the boss man.
Yeah, being the boss man. But no, Larry Hama did. He did all the hard work, and
You just let him know that his work was
no,
good.
no, I just take the credit for it.
Oh, okay. That works too.
But he did the actual.
But you also worked on some of the Transformer stuff. We're bringing that to the States, didn't you?
Yeah, the Transformers. We had helped develop G.I. Joe. The personalities, the characters, the world. We gave them Cobra. We said, hey, you have a military force. They should have somebody to fight. And a bunch of things like that. And Hasbro was so happy with us, they decided, hey, we have this other new property that we want you to help develop. And we said, okay, terrific. And they said, but you got to sign all these documents, non-disclosure documents. So, the Hasbro people showed up with their lawyers, and our lawyers sat, and for 5 or 6 hours, the lawyers sat in a room and argued over every phrase that was going to happen before the guys could show us the toys. So they finally came up with the documents. We signed the documents, and they put these toys on our desks. And they said, we have these new things, which we want to call Transformers. And they put the toys. And I looked at Larry Hama, and he looked at me with a smile and says, excuse me a minute. And they said, what, you're leaving the meeting? I said, really, this is very important, and it's germane to this meeting. So we both got up out of our things. He went to his office. I went to my office. We picked up the original Japanese Transformer toys. We came back and we put them on the desk. Said, guys, I hate to tell you, but we already know about these toys.
That is great.
And our lawyers looked and said, all right, we have to rewrite the document. We got to rewrite the documents. And the guy in charge of Hasbro said, wait a minute. Give me all the documents. I'm like, oh, wait. No, he says, no, I'm sure you'll be happy with my solution. He takes all the documents and goes, all right, guys, let's sit down and talk development now.
I have nothing for that story except my life is complete after hearing it.
Okay, well, you must have a very sad and
it is
insignificant.
That's what the guys tell me all the time.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I make it for what it is.
Okay.
Some of your greatest work has been on Spider-Man, especially even.
Some of my greatest work has been on.
Most of your work. Did I say that wrong?
Yeah, my greatest work has yet to come out.
Well, I consider one of your greatest contributions to be some of the history you've added to Spider-Man.
Okay.
What would you say has been your greatest contribution to the history of Spider-Man?
My greatest contribution to the history of Spider-Man. That I let Ron Friends do a lot of the co-plotting. Because all the good ideas were his.
Really? I think he disagrees with you. I don't know if anybody else heard that, but he said a word, a bovine and excrement.
Whatever, but no. I think that Ron and I just got on the book. We shared a bunch of ideas. We had a great time on Spider-Man, and we just decided that we were on Spider-Man, so it was our job to create a bunch of things. So when we got on, we just started creating new villains, new scenarios, new this, new that, and just and what is our greatest contribution? I have no idea. you know, I liked all the characters we came up with. Silver Sable, Puma. You know, you know, the Black Fox was supposed to be somebody who would only appear in one story, but proved to be rather charming and came back. The Spectacular Spider Kid, Ozzy.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea what our contribution was. I think our contribution was we did a lot of fun in games and just had a lot of fun with Spider-Man.
So being that I still think you're the longest serving editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics currently. No, you're one of the longest serving. Besides Shooter, I think took over after you.
Well, I think that obviously Stan Lee,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Then it might be Joe Quesada,
Yeah, he has been in there a while.
you know, and then Shooter, and then me.
Okay. So,
So I'm number 4. You know, I didn't even make the top 3, and you have to bring this in and rub my nose in that.
yeah, but you got your own cartoon.
Is that nice?
But you got your own cartoon.
I got my own cartoon.
You got your own comic strip. The Boss Man. Come on.
Yeah, because I have no pride, so I didn't care about it.
Any funny stories while you were editor?
When I was editor-in-chief, funny stories, I'm sure there are plenty of them. You know, I remember, you know, what I thought was a funny story. Before I became editor-in-chief, this artist was drawing this comic book called Kazar.
Oh, okay.
And he lived in an apartment with his girlfriend and her cat. And he was drawing Kazar. And the cat would call up on his art desk, and he took the cat and he tossed the cat onto a couch that was nearby. And the cat would call up on his art desk, and he took the cat and he tossed it on a couch nearby. And the cat crawled up on his desk, and he took the cat and he tossed it out the window. Whoops! Missed the couch. And his girlfriend was away for the weekend, and the guy came in, and he was distraught. He didn't know what to do. How could he tell his girlfriend? And the editor, Louise Louise Jones, said, "But is the issue done?" He says, "I just have to finish 2 pages, but they both have Zabu on them, the cat." He says, I can't face George Zabu. And Louise said, no, you have to finish those 2 pages because you want to get paid for the day. You have to finish those 2 pages. So she sat in the office and gave the guy pep talks to finish it. And I came in and I sat in the office with him to try to talk him into it. Come on, you can do these couple of pages. We got confidence. And he was working on the pages. At one point, I had to leave the office, so I walked out of the office and closed the door. And I realized that while we were in the office giving this guy this pep talk, the bullpen had filled the wall with dead cat jokes all over the place. And I thought, uh-oh.
Keep him in the office until he's done?
Yeah, I came back and, Louise, you don't want him walking out to the hallway. He goes, yeah, I think I got to go to the bathroom. No, keep drawing.
Dead cat jokes. Oh, man.
We were very sensitive and,
The bullpen does not sound like a sensitive.
No. Very sensitive to everybody's non-needs. Okay.
Well,
But this is supposed to be about me.
this is about you.
Yeah.
So, what can we find you doing?
What can you find me doing?
Or what's your
I'm
favorite
sitting
work?
at a table talking to a guy who doesn't know a damn thing about me. That's what I'm.
Are you
know,
kidding?
this is.
You've worked on Spider-Man. You've worked on Spider-Man. You closed out Hawkman for DC as well. No, Ron Morris was going to work on Green. That's right. Sorry, I was thinking that.
No, I didn't do Green.
No.
Green
I was
Lantern.
thinking.
Legion Lost.
Legion Lost. That's
Another
right.
book that got canceled. Yes, bring up my failures. Why don't you?
It's not your fault. Why wouldn't somebody want to buy a book that's written by you?
I don't know why. You know. Well, good.
I've been a big fan of your work for a long time.
As well, you should be.
It's actually it's an honor to actually sit here and talk.
It really is an honor.
I'm glad you consider it so. Sir, thank you for your time.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Guys, I got to talk to Tom DeFalco.
And I got to talk to. He didn't introduce himself, so I don't know who he is.
My name's Jason.
Jason. Next time, introduce yourself first.
You got it.
Hey guys, it's Matt with SCNS Live, and I'm here with James Venhouse. Is that right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. From Night Owl Society. You are the creator, the author. Okay, cool. So you actually have a Kickstarter right now that you're doing. You're trying to gain money for this.
That's right. Yeah, we're in the Kickstarter campaign now. It's live. There's 4 hours left to go in the Kickstarter. So the goal was to raise $4,500 to produce issue number 1, to pay an artist and pay a printer and pay for the issue to be completely published. And we're about $1,000 over that goal right now. So issue number 1 will be coming your way soon.
That's excellent. Yeah, he's got the whole setup here. He's got an iPad. He's got everything. He's even got these cards that I'm going to take away with me so I can find it later and buy it. But what can you, like, when you pledge, what do you get out of it?
Well, there's several different pledge amounts. For $5, you get a digital copy of issue number 1, which is a full color, 28 pages of story comic book. For $10, you get the printed version mailed to you anywhere in the U.S. And then the pledge levels go up from there. For $30, there's the comic book plus a poster, and $45 it's the comic book plus a t-shirt, all the way up to including getting you yourself drawn into the comic as a minor character. So yeah, that's been a popular reward level.
I'm going to try and find that price level and maybe do that. So Night Owl Society, can you tell us about that?
Sure, yeah, they're 5 high school kids, not the most popular kids at their high school in Dallas. And one of their friends is killed by a mob boss named the Viceroy. And one of them is in an ethics class, and they decide that there's no gray. There's black and white. Things are right or they're wrong. And when they're wrong, you need to do something about it. So they take matters in their own hands. They sneak out at night and try to disrupt this mob boss's business. And not get grounded or caught or killed in the process. So it's Breakfast Club meets The Sopranos. High school kids take on the mob.
Wow, that is actually a really exciting story. So where did you come up with the idea for it?
Well, I actually teach at a private school in Fort Worth, and ethics is something that we talk a lot about. And I noticed that we have a lot of things going on in our lives that we think are wrong, and we talk about them, and then the next day we do something else. And I thought, what would it be like if we actually took matters into our own hands?
So are these 5 kids that are in the comic book, are they your favorites in the class?
Some of them have some visuals that are based on actually my students. I'm working with an artist who lives in England, and so he didn't know a whole lot about American high school students and what American high school, like how they dress. So I sent them pictures of my students, and I had no idea that the references I sent him would be so lovingly reproduced in the comics. So I had to actually run to a couple of my students and say, hey, didn't intend this, but you're in my comic. Is that okay? And they were thrilled. Yeah, they were absolutely thrilled. Yeah.
It's too cool. So whenever the Kickstarter is over, which is in 4 hours, when can we expect Night Owl Society to be out?
It's going to be a little bit, because once we get Kickstarter ended, then the money will be collected from Kickstarter and then released to us in a few weeks. Then I can start paying my artist so he can start the process of drawing issue number 1. So the goal is late spring, early summer, May or June, to see issue number 1 on a newsstand near you.
Is there a website that people can go to or people can follow?
They can go to thenightowlsociety.com. You got to make sure to put the in the thenightowlsociety.com. Or they can find us on Kickstarter by going to Kickstarter and searching for the Night Owl Society. We also have a Facebook page. They can go to facebook.com/Night Owl Society.
Excellent. So, guys, check it out. Early spring, early summer. You guys got to check out Night Owl Society. Thank you so much.
Thank you.